Mexican rioters are kicking Americans out of their country. Look at this. This is crazy. This is happening in Mexico City. They are destroying businesses. Look at this. Oh, there goes the glass. And they're going in. Oh, man, look at all the people filming. This is crazy. They're telling him to leave the country. This guy's writing to blank a gringo. That's not good. Here they are trying to break into a restaurant that's already got spray paint on it. Look at this. This guy's got a knife. That's terrifying, man. Ripping down the outdoor dining. There's so many people filming it, and there's zero police anywhere. What do you do? No police. What do you do? Now they're attacking some apartments, it looks like. Throwing rocks at them. It's just total anarchy. Ooh. Look at that. They're breaking windows. This happened on Independence Day, too. So it was, I guess, pre-planned that they were going to do this to protest Americans who are in Mexico City. Look at this, man. Ooh. No way, man. Yeah. Again, no sirens. Look, these people are hiding on the floor. This is like an attack. Never mind that any of these restaurants are employing people that live in Mexico. Here's more footage of them ripping apart that clothing store. Look, they just totally loot the place in seconds. Absolutely unreal. There's massive crowds. Oh, look, the protest is peaceful now. Oh, thank God, a peaceful protest. I was worried for a second there. I thought this was one of those American protests that turns out not to be peaceful. Look at the sign. Gringo, go back. They do not want American migrants in their country for some reason.
These protesters in Mexico City say cross-border migration is changing their country's capital for the worse.
Well, that's what they're doing.
An influx of mostly American, so-called digital nomads, have moved here to work remotely and also enjoy a cheaper cost of living.
Oh.
Protesters say the newcomers have driven up rents beyond the reach of locals.
If they're going to live in a country, they have to contribute to that country. The first and simplest issue is legal migration. They come here with visas or no visas, and still the change in purchasing power generates these problems of gentrification and displacement.
So apparently if you're an American, you can stay in Mexico for up to 180 days with no visa, which is like Mexico having a wide open border.
I'm here because gentrification is just one more step towards colonization, dispossession, and the exploitation of our resources. Right now it's about the people, but it won't be long before they run out of oil, water, or lithium in other countries and come and take them from us.
I don't know about that.
Many Americans in Mexico are able to still receive high salaries in dollars from U.S. companies by working on laptops from their apartments.
Wow.
The government is directing its public policies towards people with higher purchasing power, often illegally displacing local populations who have lived in these neighborhoods for 40, 50, and we have even documented.
You know, I would tell these people to go and protest the Mexican government, but then they'd be protesting a cartel-aligned governance body, and that's not going to work out. So who do they go after?
Cases of up to 60 years. In 5 years, rents have increased by 47%. This is violent for the local population. We are debating whether to pay for electricity, water, or food. Of course.
Well, if you don't pay for food, that's not going to work out.
Some activists blame Mexico's government for encouraging them. However, there's no simple fix.
The border
Imposing
wall.
tougher visa restrictions on Americans could worsen relations with the U.S. Mexican citizens in the U.S. also send billions of dollars in remittances back to their families in Mexico.
Oh, so the government is afraid to crack down on how Americans might benefit from Mexico since so many people in Mexico are benefiting from America. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Oh, they're going after this guy. Look at this. It's a riot. Ooh.
This is not your home. This is not your home.
This is not your home, they're saying. Wow.
Get out.
This is not very tolerant. That's not tolerance. This isn't a peaceful protest. How come we're not hearing about anything like this happening?
Get out.
How come the American news isn't telling us about this? Look at this guy with a mask and his shirt off. Oh, his shirt is the mask. Okay. This is wild. Mind you, these businesses employ people who live in these neighborhoods. I've actually got a friend who lives in Mexico City, and he said that these folks that you see protesting are actually a minority. That's what he tells me. Now, it must be the case or you wouldn't have these businesses. Look, everyone's smiling. That's crazy.
Explosive. Explosive. Get out.
Oh, they're throwing firecrackers or something in there? Whoa! No thanks, man. Look at this.
These hard-working idiots don't jump.
Look at this guy. He's like, what do I do? My restaurant is being destroyed.
Get out whoever doesn't jump. Get out whoever doesn't jump.
You know, the ironic thing about this is it's almost like having an open border has consequences that people don't find out about until after it changes things in a way that may be irreversible. But this guy's got the wrestling mask. Oh my goodness. What's crazy about this is that
Cientos de manifestantes se reunieron el viernes, 4 de julio, en la ciudad.
Look who somehow is the reason they're out there rioting and who they don't like. Boy, if they're rioting because of Trump, you know who's really behind this.
Para protestar contra la gentrificación. Los manifestantes destacaron las dificultades que enfrentan los locales debido al aumento de las rentas y la transformación de los vecindarios.
There's that clothing store again. This place, I don't know if it'll ever open again. Look, after they raided it and looted it, then they threw objects in there. Oh, look at this dining shed. That is insane. What? That looks like a flamethrower. Yeah, what's absolutely fascinating to me is that this doesn't look like a story that major American news networks want to cover for some reason. I wonder why that is. Probably because these very same people are already in America.
That's right. They've been given the third warning to disperse.
This is July 4th right here. Look at this.
Following this rally, this march that has been peaceful all day long. There have been two instances where CBP vans have exited this detention facility, and that's when some protesters approached one of those vans and started hitting it.
Oh, that sounds peaceful.
Before that, water bottles were being thrown, and this is why, you know, the law enforcement presence, Marines, and the National Guard has increased over time. At this time, tensions are heightened here in downtown Los Angeles.
Look at this. It's called the Free America March. This is in Los Angeles at the Federal Building.
People have been trying to make their voices heard in a very peaceful
Make their voices heard.
At
yes.
this point, it seems like.
Right, so in America, when anarchy takes place, oh, people are just trying to make their voices heard. Oh, it's not a big deal. And when even crazier stuff happens in Mexico, oh, let's not cover that. Let's not draw attention to the fact that other countries might be intolerable of immigration policies that may not benefit everybody who lives there. But you want to know the real reason why the Mexican government won't close the border? Here it is.
Teresa Mendoza cleans houses in Oceanside. Once she's paid, she wires money to 2 family members in Puebla, Mexico.
I know
the need in Mexico, and God has blessed me with my job, so I am able to contribute to my family when I can. Money transfer houses
legally,
like this one in
Oceanside
are a common stop for workers like Mendoza after paydays. The
So all these
transfers
people are
are
wiring
known
money.
as remittances, and $41 billion worth of them were wired in 2020.
Okay, so this report claims $41 billion of remittances in 2020. That was 5 years ago. But today, that number is a lot higher. Look at this, $65 billion last year. And it says right here, the Mexican economy enjoys a yearly boost just by encouraging people to come into America illegally. And it also says that their entire social welfare budget, this is what they might use to take care of people who are needy, is $30 billion, which it says right here is offset by whatever they generate from tourism. And this article also discusses the inconvenient truth that the number of impoverished people living in Mexico who the Mexican government may have to take care of is drastically lower, since that country is able to convince these people to cross into America, where they can get things like free healthcare and work illegally in sanctuary cities. Essentially, illegal immigration has been a lifeline for the country of Mexico and acts as part of its social welfare program. Which means that everybody in Mexico right now is rioting over something that they don't fully understand. They want a one-way border that allows people to enter America, get jobs and send money back here, but they're very upset when Americans might go to Mexico for some opportunity in a legal capacity. Again, you can stay in Mexico in some instances for up to 180 days with no visa from the Mexican government if you're American. This is not an illegal form of migration. No, it's totally legal, but they want a one-way border, I guess. I guess that's what they want over here. Look at this. You can get a 3-bedroom home in Mexico for $100,000. And you want to know why some people are willing to go there and buy these homes. You just can't do that in America. And if somebody can work a remote job with a computer and send money back here, or use that money to exist in Mexico, and it's legal, some folks are going to do that. What do you think about all of this? Should the Mexico border be a one-way border or a zero-way border? Should it be closed from both ends? What do you think about this idea that people should be able to come into America and benefit from America without reciprocating that to American citizens? Let me know. I'll see you in the next video.